Alright everyone, so we got a new version of Saeran known as Demiurge Saeran. So that's right, she's a premium hero. We're gonna check her out, what she's about, because this is a cool ass character that you have to know about. Like, she's all about God and stuff, right? She's one of the religious people, as I call them, from Sakreed, right? She may seem innocent on the surface, but let me tell you guys, she's not as innocent as she seems, okay? Alright, so, she's freaking possessed by a demon. It seems so anyway, because she freaking transforms into a demon, and this is a lot of descriptive abilities here, as you can see, so I'll try to just talk about it instead of reading it out loud, alright? So we can go through it in a pretty digestible way. So she starts the battle by having a buff called Sin, but it's not actually completely a buff, because what happens is that she can't receive anything that basically keeps her alive, like healing or shielding, but final damage she takes is decreased by 50%. The final damage calculation. That's what final damage is. It's the last calculative step in damage calculation, and that is reduced by 50%, so that's freaking insane. She's kinda tanky despite being a ranger, which, by the way, she originally was a support, and now she's actually turned into a ranger, which is pretty cool. But do you know who also is a ranger? Ryu Leon. Which is why I am proud to announce that this video is sponsored by Buff Ryu Leon, Outer Plane. Do you believe in equality? Do you believe every hero deserves to be treated fairly? If so, listen to what our sponsor has to say today. Ryu Leon is very sad right now, because Heatwave Cop Delta has taken it too far, and with the help of Outer Plane she's impersonating everything Ryu Leon stands for. Delta has the same class, same element, and even the exact same skills, but with added benefits. She even takes minus 50% final damage from water enemies, meaning when Ryu Leon simply drinks water, she takes 50% more damage. Is this equality? Do you want to make a difference? Then spread the word. Hashtag Buff Ryu Leon, Outer Plane. That's hashtag Buff Ryu Leon, Outer Plane. Because on this plane, nobody should be left on the outer side. Thank you again, Buff Ryu Leon, Outer Plane, for sponsoring this video. You know, she had this whole sin thing at the start of battle. Well, when she transforms into a demon, it disappears. But how does she transform into a demon? Well, it's basically when you kill her, and what happens essentially is that she resets herself completely. All buffs and debuffs are removed, and even her, AP resets. And then she attacks everyone with what is called Gaze of Contempt. What the hell is that? Well, after attacking all enemies, inflicts one punishment, and then she gains immortality for 1 turn, and then inflicts freaking buff reversal on all enemies. Now that was a lot to digest, but let's go through what Gaze of Contempt is about. So, what is punishment? Well, punishment is a debuff which decreases the enemy's damage by 30%, and that part of the debuff can't be stacked. What can be stacked is that they also take damage proportional to Demiurge Saeran's attack. So it's like a poison effect, which also decreases their freaking damage by 30%. Like, what the hell is this? And then she has immortality, which you can guess, yeah, she can't be killed for 1 turn unless someone removes that buff. And then she inflicts buff reversal on inflicts buff reversal on all enemies, which is, as it sounds, if an enemy has an attack buff or defense buff, it is turned into reduced attack and reduced defense instead. And it doesn't even end there, guys, because after she has transformed into this like demon, all her attacks damage is increased proportional to her speed. And she's a ranger, so she already is building. Honestly, you're gonna build full speed on her. I think that's the way to go. And she can't then return to her previous form, which is fine because clearly this is the goal. Holy crap. That was just the passive, guys. That was the freaking passive. But I had to get it out of the way, right? Because it sort of defines this whole character. And just to make a comparison, there's Demiurge Saeran. And to keep it simple, she also has like a revive passive where she revives and then she gets a priority boost. In comparison to that, this skill is insane because not only does Demiurge Saeran revive, she freaking attacks immediately, but then she also gets immortality, so you have to kill her once and then you have to get past her immortality with some kind of like buff removal skill, and yeah, it becomes this like whole dissection going on. And if any of those enemies have buffs that increase their stats, then that is going to get reversed as well. So now to keep things interesting, we've gone into battle with her. We know her passive skill, so now we've got her first skill, which is crap. No, it's not crap. Crap! God! I'm trying to look, I'm holding it and then I move it. Okay, I can't do the thing. Okay, it's I shall carve a scar, which, yeah, you can remove a debuff from allies, which... I can't even speak. She removes a debuff from all allies, like a freaking support, but she also deals like fixed damage to herself and the enemy, and this helps her transform into a freaking demon. And as you can see here, she has like no HP, so when we do that, boom, bam, look at that, bam, very cool. Oh! Oh my! And the demon has awoken, and look at this, all her skills change, is really cool. So her second, oh man, her first skill turns into that before attacking, she inflicts punishment on all enemies for 3 turns. And then attacks all enemies. So let's do that. Do that real quick. Bam, boom! Beautiful, beautiful. Gameplay, right? And she also got burst effects, right? She's got a level 1, 2, and 3. So she can remove 2 buffs with level 1. She can increase her own attack with level 2. And then level 3 resets her third skill and she gets an extra turn. So you want to go for level 3, because if you do level 3, level 1 and level 2 is included in that burst effect. Same as if you do level 2 burst skill, you get level 1 included. So that's how that works. Let's see how, I guess, level 2 looks real quick. Boom! Look at this. Boom, bang! And then you can see how she has increased attack. And if she had any allies with debuffs, she would have removed it. But let's do the crazy move here. Bow. Okay. Boom. Okay. Oh shit. Boom. And yeah, she gets an extra turn. So. Alright, we're back here because she was a freaking demon and you can't go back from that. So what I also wanted to mention is that the burst effect where she removes 2 buffs is actually massive. Because I talked about how, like, you know, she has immortality, and there are other heroes who you also want to like remove the buffs really bad from. So this is huge, huge, huge. You know? Anyway, let's go over Dominion of Pain. And when she's not a freaking demon, she increases the defense and crit damage of all allies, which is massive. But then she does something called buff enhancement, which means all the buffs are increased by 100%. So I guess critical damage gives usually 50%, so it gives 100% instead. I assume so, okay? And apparently she recovers all allies' AP by 100, and then she deals herself 99% like max health damage to herself. So this is the perfect setup for her becoming a demon, but she doesn't actually become a demon because it's 99%. It's not 100%, right? So let's check this out, the third skill here. We're gonna buff everyone and whatever.
We are heralds of lamentation.
Oh, look at this. Beautiful girl. Shooting at the sky.
Despair shall bloom.
Okay, despair shall bloom. Did she just say that? But yeah, so see, she doesn't die. That's how I got the setup before. And then we got Final Judgment, which also, of course, oh crap, which also inflicts a punishment, but then she attacks all enemies and then reduces the skill cooldowns of all other dark allies by 1 turn. That could really change the tide of the game, I think. I don't know, it depends on... I think in real-time PvP that will actually matter, but let's check it out. What does she do?
Light is a lie. Darkness is the truth of existence. World, drown in darkness.
Okay, she's all about darkness. She has forsaken God, and it's absolutely insane, okay? I can't believe she betrayed God. Like, I don't think she understands who I really am. I'm friends with God, okay? Like, real cool, you know? So when Saeran goes around disrespecting God, you know, I gotta watch my homie's back, you know, sometimes. You know, he's, I mean, she's, I don't know, you know, in Outer Plane, anything's possible, you know? There she is. Like, she's a sinner. That's why she's got the whole sin buff thing, but why she deals punishment is because she's, like, lost her way clearly or something. I don't know. Religion, am I right? There's also the original sin, which is her exclusive equipment, and you gotta check these things out, guys, because if you unlock it by giving her 10 affinity, she increases her own attack by 30% by just having this thing on, so that's pretty damn good. And then she also has this, like, if you enhance this to level 10 or whatever you call it, when she uses Dominion of Pain, grants an extra turn. Wait, what? Then when she's a demon, at the start of each turn she inflicts punishment on the enemy with the highest speed for 2 additional turns. Okay. That one is huge though, grants an extra turn. Holy moly. So that means that if she uses her 3rd skill, she can use her 1st skill and she becomes a demon immediately. Well, okay. Well, that answers that. So if you want to use her, you gotta get this thing and max it out. Yeah. That's the way to go. Simple as that. What you gotta look at also when you look at these new heroes is the transcendence, like, things they get. So we can we can see that she gives her allies 10% penetration, which is amazing. That's like so freaking good. What the hell? And then she deals more damage based on how many debuffs the target has, and then she also has this whole thing where right after she attacks at all, she doesn't trigger counterattacks, revenge, or agile responses, and she's got penetration of her own that goes up to 30%. So I think she gives herself 40% penetration on her own just by existing, which is huge. That's ridiculous, guys. That's actually ridiculous. So one immediate combo I can come up with for you guys is if you use Iota, she gives 15 speed to dark allies. That's going to make Saeran so much faster because she's actually slower than like units like Iota who actually have that increased speed at the start. But she is very similar to someone like Gnosis Beth, because Beth doesn't either have like this speed boost, so Saeran and her are actually competing in speed, and when it comes to rangers that really matters. So if you have Iota on your team, you can outspeed Beth with Saeran, and that matters. So that's huge. That's huge, guys. I think she is really good. Like, she's ridiculously good. If you're new to the game and you want to pick something really cool, I think Saeran is such a good choice if you just want to have fun. She looks insanely fun. She's like way more fun than my favorite freaking Demiurge hero, which is Astay, right? It's almost like you could just argue that Saeran is a better version of Astay. But yeah, it's not that simple, obviously, because there are different classes and such. But let me know what you think. And right now, waiting on real-time PvP opening up, because it still says the season has ended, because I want to make some PvP content for you guys to show you some action. So that's what I'm waiting for now. I don't know when this is gonna open up, but maybe we'll put Saeran, Demiurge Saeran, in the team, and yeah, let me know if you think that's cool. So until next time. 16? Okay, no, I already knew she was 16, but yeah, I was still surprised when I saw it the first time. And but if we're gonna be honest here, at least Saeran looks like a 16-year-old compared to freaking Luna, who's also 16, by the way, guys. Like, do you see this right now? Do you freaking see this right now? Huge.